Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction as Rangers put in a very dominant and controlled performance to get us into the semi-finals of the Scottish Cup with a 3-0 win in Dundee. I'm your host Scott Carney and I'm on my own again today. Unfortunately you're going to just need to listen to me, but very routine from Rangers today as you would expect. It's everything that we really wanted after the performance of Thursday night. Just a very there was events. Rangers played well in parts, but routine win is the way that I would really sum that up. And dominant from start to finish. Rangers controlled the entire game. So very, very happy way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Before we get into the game, you can become a Club at 22 supporter for only 99p. And coming very soon is our first ever exclusive live YouTube show with our supporters. So there's never a better time to join. And you can also buy the podcast a coffee, become a coffee buying legend by signing up to the membership via the Buy Me a Coffee site. The link is in the description for this podcast. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the videos. 2 wee clicks for you that cost nothing. It makes a massive difference to us, and it really does support our podcast. So we'll jump into the team. Today, the starting 11 was McLaughlin, Tavernier, Goldson, Hollander, Bassey, Jack, Kamara, Sands, Ramsay, Kent, and Morelos. The subs bench was McGregor, Zakowski, Balogun, Barisic, King, McCann, Lowry, Ahmed Diallo, Wright, Roof, and Fashion Jr. So yeah, I think probably the biggest shock of the fact is that Aaron Ramsay started the match. Maybe not a shock. I think we were all expecting to see him to a certain extent, but I don't. Rangers fans have probably stopped getting their hopes up about seeing Aaron Ramsay, considering the way the start of his career at Rangers has went. And yeah, no Scott Arfield also. So yeah, obviously there's links of Arfield with he's got COVID just now apparently, so not confirmed. The club didn't confirm it, but he was just. Gio said he was unavailable, so usually that means there was no discussion of the injury, no discussion of anything else. So it is probably COVID. But yeah, in terms of starting 11, very strong starting 11. As I said, no Lundstrom as well, obviously, and no Aribo, but that was obviously mentioned in the press conference before the game. So obviously Sands coming in for there, and of course Aaron Ramsay. So yeah, solid enough team. Was really looking forward to seeing Ramsay getting some game time and Sands to see if he could do the role of John Lundstrom, or what's became the John Lundstrom role, that kind of swapping between defence and midfield. Not sure if it's 100% needed against Dundee, right enough. However, it seems to be working, so I can fully understand why Gio is leaving himself open to still being able to make the team flexible when needs be, adjusting within games. That completely makes sense to me. I'm not going to criticise him much for that, and it's good to get Sands some run-out time. He's been probably a wee bit unfortunate, the fact that John Lundstrom has hit the form that he has. So it was good to see him get a chance and to get a start. So into the game itself, Rangers lined up as a kind of 4-2-3-1. As I was just mentioning there, Jack and Sands with the two, with Kent, Kamara and Ramsay. The kind of three behind Morelos. Ramsay was actually on the right hand side, Kamara was in the middle. So it was interesting to see how it went, and it only took 8 minutes and it was 1-0 to Rangers. Deep corner from Tav. Hollander gets to it, beats the keeper, and it is cleared off the line. Could have been in. It's hard to tell from the camera angle that we had, but we need not to worry as the clearance falls to Connor Goldson, who absolutely smashes it home and gives us really the best start possible in Dundee. A great goal, and we've scored again from a set piece. I mean, where is this all coming from? And Connor Goldson scored. So yeah, an absolutely great way to start off the game. Kind of settled us down pretty much immediately, and from then on in we just dominated the entire game. We came close again. Yeah, Goldson with a clip ball with Kamara. It was a great ball over the top to him. He kind of knocks it back to Morelos. Morelos can't quite connect with it correctly, and it just goes wide. Ramsay's then involved. He goes close, kind of slicing ball through from Tav. Decent effort, but it was saved and turned behind for a corner. Good movement from Aaron Ramsay. Maybe a bit of a tight angle to call it a kind of clear-cut chance, if you like, but still very positive from him. And I think that's what we all wanted to see. We wanted to see a fit Aaron Ramsay, really. I'm not going to say he's 100% fit. There's probably a lot more to come from him. He's not played a lot of football. However, we compare it to when we last seen him, I think he looks fitter than he was then. So I think that's a positive that you can take from it. But the first 20 minutes, Rangers were in total control, looking dangerous going forward. Be it out wide, be it through the middle. Kent looked very dangerous today. He looked absolutely up for it and was constantly running at them with the overlap of Bassey. We kind of concentrated down the left-hand side for a slight bit, as you would expect, without a kind of out and with all due respect to Ramsay, he's not really got the pace of Kent or Bassey for that matter, so kind of made sense. Dundee did go close with a set piece. Hollander was beat in the air. Possibly a shout for a foul here. I think it's a bit of a 50-50 one. The guy's all over the top of Hollander, but Hollander's maybe just beat by the header and possibly offside. Nevertheless, though, the attempt is wide and it's still 1-0. And then those three words that we absolutely love to hear, penalty to Rangers. Ramsay again involved. Amazing pass out to Tav on the right-hand side. Tav touches it to Morelos. Morelos then slips it back to Ramsay, who lays off Tav. Great wee intricate passes. He tries to go past his man, and he's taken out as the Dundee defender kind of steps into him. It is a bit of a body check. I've heard obviously a few of the pundits saying it was soft. I'm not sure if it was soft. I think it's a penalty. He steps into the path of James Tavernier and tries to stop him. I'm not going to complain. It's a penalty, and Tav steps up and fires a beauty of a penalty yet again. High to the keeper's right, into the roof of the net. An absolutely superb penalty, and 25 minutes gone and Rangers are in total control, and it lasted. It just continued to go on. I can't really give Dundee much credit at all, apart from they managed to keep that game from being a cricket score, to be honest. Rangers were completely dominant. They very rarely troubled. I can't think off the top of my head now of McLaughlin making a save the entire match. I really don't think he was really called into action. A rather easy day for McLaughlin. Just on the half-hour mark, moving on from there, Rangers put together a great move involving wee passing moves. Again, Ramsay, Jack, Tav. Tav fires over the ball, the face of the goal. A dangerous ball. Morelos is at the back post and he just can't quite turn it home. Morelos play a wee bit unlucky with this one. However, see the footballing brain of Aaron Ramsay, and of course we're to expect that of him. But his wee passes, his moves, he knows when to do one-touch passes, he knows when to take a touch and when to move it on. Just a very, very intelligent player. We all knew this, we all knew it, and it's great to finally start to see it. And I just hope now you can continue to kick on and get yourself back to full fitness, because, I mean, we said on the on the preview pod that it's kind of now or never for Aaron Ramsay, and I think it has become that for him. Today's going to do him the world of good. I don't think there's really any doubt about it. We'll come on to him in the second half, where I think for a period he was even better than he was in the first. But it's important now that he continues to kick on. No more setbacks, no more missing out the squad, no more not really know what's going on with him. He has to kick on now, and he has to be part of this running for the rest of the season. No real doubt about it. Shortly after that, Morelos then has to score. Amazing work by Ryan Kent on the left, coming inside, squares the ball to Tav. It's a wicked cross by Tav, and it's literally right onto the head of Alfredo Morelos. There is a bit of pressure from the Dundee defenders, however, he has to do better with the header, and it goes over. Unfortunate at that point, because I honestly think a goal, a third goal early on. Obviously, we will come on to the third goal eventually, but at this point, I think we could have went on and scored 4 or 5, because I don't think Dundee would have had anything left, and their heads would have went right down. There is always a wee bit of uncertainty with the 2-0. However, it was probably a wee bit unjustified. At no point today did I really feel that Rangers were going to lose control of that game. But yeah, as I say, he should do better with that. Dundee do well to survive just after that on the 35th minute. A bit of a goal-mouth stramash, the kind of old-fashioned stramash that used to see leads to an effort from Kamara and Kent both being blocked. But that really takes us to half-time, and it's 2-0. Rangers were on the hunt today. We were on the hunt for the third pretty much as soon as we scored the second. Pressing Dundee. Anytime we lost possession, we were always winning possession back as quick as we were losing it. Not that we lost it too many times, but you know where I'm coming from. And I just thought, from the efforts that we put in on Thursday night, there didn't seem to be any lag, not in that first half especially. I just didn't think there was no European hangover, as the footballing cliche goes, and I think they did really a cracking first half effort, and we were in total control by half time. So yeah, very dominant first half from Rangers. Into the second half, we make changes straight away. Kamara and Morelos come off with Sakala and Roof replacing them. Possibly a look ahead to Thursday night by Gio. Again, can completely understand that. The way the first half went was so dominant that he probably decided that he could do it before we did get the kind of killer third goal, if you like, and it gives them a chance to rotate the squad. There's a lot of games coming up, and it's a good idea to do so and to get people up to speed that maybe not had a good run in the team. Ramsay moves into the middle, with Sakala moving out right to the right hand side, as you would expect with Sakala's pace. But the second half is a scrappy first couple of minutes, and the half Rangers not really getting control of the ball. Tav gets a decent effort fired off after the first real move in the second half, but it is wide of the mark. And we had lost a wee bit of a kind of passion composure at this stage. We just had to smarten up a wee bit, just take a wee bit extra care with the passes. I mean, it's a very small criticism to have. I'm not being too over the top, but it was just a wee bit scrappy. The pitch was not ideal, but it was nowhere near as bad as we've seen recently, St Johnstone, for example. Sakala is then denied by the face of the Dundee keeper. Don't think he knew much about it, as it kind of got cut back to him by Tav. Sakala smashes it, and it hits him square in the face. But, I mean, he got his body in the way and he saved it. But Ramsay was looking much more influential in the middle of that park. He was linking up play. He was making the passes. He was freeing up other players because Dundee became quite focused on him. Again, you would expect that because, again, it's Aaron Ramsay, so they were putting a wee bit of more emphasis on trying to cut down his passing angles, but he was still finding touches and wee moves, and he looked very dangerous. I think in the middle of the park, he was definitely more effective there. It's his more natural position. So, but again, really pleased with Aaron Ramsay's work tonight or today. I thought he looked really good. Kent was still looking dangerous as well. He was desperate to score. Great link-up play with Bassey and Ramsay down the left-hand side. He was taken out a couple of times. One of them was fair enough. The other one he won a free kick for. He did have an attempt from a free kick, but it was absolutely wild. But you could see that he was desperate to get himself in the score sheet. And then Morelos, the camera pans to Alfredo Morelos, who was obviously sitting on the bench. Goes over to the crowd and hands his shirt over to a young bear that had made a sign asking for Alfredo's shirt. Just absolute class from Alfredo, as you would expect from him. Put the Rangers fans in fine voice singing Alfredo's song, and yeah, made that boy's day. I'm sure something he'll never forget. So very well done, Alfredo. Very good, and much better than this constant running on the park thing that seems to happen to try and get players tops. So yeah, very well done, Alfredo. Ramsay's then denied a goal, his first Rangers goal, with a goal line clearance after great work from Roof down the left hand side, who I thought was pretty effective when he came on, more than I've seen so recently. He was hunting down a few times. He won possession back quite high up the pitch, but this one in particular, Ramsay's efforts are decent enough one, and you've got to give credit to Dundee for really putting their bodies on the line to keep that ball out, because it was pretty much a goal line clearance from them, and they do keep it 2-0. Roof himself forces a great save from the Dundee keeper as Kent tries to get on the end of it. It takes a bit of a slow one. Ryan Kent takes a wee bit of a slow one after that. The kind of shot is saved by the keeper and it pushed out, and as Kent's kind of rushing in, the Dundee player even is sliding in to clear the ball, and he does catch him quite high on the leg. Now, Kent does limp quite a bit. However, I do think the change with Diallo coming on was planned. I think that was already in motion as this chance happened. However, it's a pretty nasty tackle, and let's just hope Ryan Kent's okay. You did see him straight after with an ice pack on it, so let's hope he is okay, because he's becoming very influential and he's going to be very important for the rest of this season. So yeah, good work again from Kent today. It's just unfortunate that he can't quite find that goal, but again, he was still very effective in the game. Into the last 20 minutes, Rangers were still prodding away, trying to get the third, but Dundee, to their credit, were holding on pretty much by the fingernails at this point. Bassey's then booked for nothing, in all honesty. Absolutely nothing. Not even a 50-50, a kind of slight tussle and he's booked again. Spectacular refereeing continues in the Scottish game. No idea. Also, McLean gave a pass back for Dundee almost in the first couple of minutes that I forgot to mention. It's just not a pass back. It just isn't. And he gave Rangers an indirect free kick in the box. We didn't capitalise on it, however, but yeah, it's just not. It's not a pass back. But the poor refereeing standard cannot be matched by what can only be called the audio brain damage of Stephen Craigan. And I'm sorry to bring this up. I watched the game on Premier Sports today, but there has to be somebody else. Stephen Craigan cannot be the only person Premier Sports can afford. It is. He is so bad at every part of commentating on a game. Nothing that he says makes any sort of sense, and it is physically sore listening to the guy. Honestly, I can't stand it, and it was just yeah, the only poor bit really for me to take away from today was the fact that I had 90 minutes of listening to him, because he is absolutely shocking. I mean, he makes Andy Walker look good, and that really is saying something. Anyway, back to the football. Kemar Roofe again wins the ball high up the pitch and squares it across the goal to Sakala. He really should score here, in my opinion. He skies it well over. I know there's pressure from the Dundee player as he's rushing in. The Dundee player might even get a touch to it, but he has to score that. He has to score that. And either that, if we're going to call it a worldie of a clearance by the Dundee player. Obviously, it was awarded a goal kick and not awarded a corner. It's hard to see from the camera who definitely got the last touch, but he has to score that. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Ramsay lasted 78 minutes and was replaced by McCann. Jack was also replaced by Alex Lowry. Gio was doing absolutely the right thing at this point in using the full bench today to give some players a rest. We had to wait for the third goal, but we finally got it. Sands does really well to win the ball, get it to Lowry. Lowry bursts forward. He slips into Sakala, who fires the ball home from the left-hand side of the box to secure Rangers the win. He then gives us the CR7 celebration. What a man. Fashion Sakala is. He's absolutely brilliant. And then the massive smile as the Rangers fans break into a bit of waka waka. So, yeah, absolutely delighted for Sakala. Always good to see him score. Diallo has his first involvement in the game. A free kick in the right, as he's kind of pushed to the floor on the second attempt. He takes the free kick, trying to kick the keeper out, but he's nail post, but it goes wide. He had very little effect when he came on Diallo. I know he's not played a lot of football, but he was decent enough, but no real great effect on the game. Into added time, which was 3 minutes off, a few Rangers corners at the end, the second of which the ref decides that we don't need to take, and it's 3-0 Rangers. Dominant, controlled, good use of squad rotation. I mean, you really can't ask of much more of that. A very, very decent way to spend a Sunday evening. Really couldn't ask for more by Rangers. It's as easy as you like, and we're into the last four. Draw, which will take place on Monday night after the Dundee United and Celtic game. So, man of the match, even for what it's worth. Shout out to Bassey. Again, I thought he was tremendous, putting in an incredible amount of effort up and down the left. Tavernier as well. I thought he was great. The penalty was superb. He was obviously involved in the Goldson goal. Obviously, it was his corner that was sent in. So yeah, I thought Tav's efforts were brilliant, and Ramsay. I thought Ramsay was really good, just showing what he could possibly be. And let's just hope, as I say, he continues to kick on. But the man I'm going to give it to is Sands. I might not have mentioned him much during this, but that's kind of because he flew under. Maybe not flew under the radar. That's probably a wee bit too harsh on him, because he did so well for the third goal to get it to Lowry to break forward, but he just done his job impeccably today. I was wondering to see how he was going to do doing the Lundstrom role, and I think he performed very well. Considering he's not played a lot of football, he's kind of been left out on the cold a wee bit to come in and to perform like that very comfortably. For me today, I thought he was solid in the middle of that park. I thought he kept us in control of the game, and I think he deserves man of the match in my personal opinion. So yes, well done Sands, and well done Rangers. And we go into the next round. So yes, that will do me. As I say, always shorter when it's just me on my own. As always, please do like the videos and subscribe to the channel. We will be back on Tuesday with a Club Deck Corner as we look ahead to the second leg against Red Star Belgrade. So until then, thank you for tuning in. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast, and I'll speak to you all next time. Cheers, everyone.